So we all know that Wood, our naughty boy in this movie, at one time encounters two lions. Wait a minute, it's not two lions, it's one lion shot separately to get the illusion that we are seeing, two lions. He kills one of the lions and wears the lion's severed head on his own head for the rest of the movie. This makes Wood look like he have a Muppet on his head, or some kind of weird teddy bear. What do you think it looks mostly like? Well, that is one of the more enjoyable things I can say about this movie. This is Ironmaster, or I prefer actually the Swedish title for it, Järnkriget, the War of Iron. It sounds so badass. Even for an Italian barbarian sword and sorcery type movie, this one is pretty bad. I take the barbarians any day of the week compared to this. But you have to give them a little bit of leverage, because they actually have, placed this one in more of prehistoric age. This is caveman stuff. And not the classical, magical, wizardy world of the Conan the Barbarian or something like that. This is a bit different. It's also shot in Montana, so we will get a huge amount of buffaloes in this one. Good stuff. So we have a bunch of cavemen who, hunter-gatherers, your usual type. One of them is Wood, and he's bad news. And after he has done some bad stuff and being reckless and stuff like that, he's being sent away from the tribe, and he wanders off, and then all of a sudden a volcano erupts, and all of a sudden he discovers the secret of iron. And just there comes a Lady Macbeth kind of chick who says that, oh, Wood, you should totally go and take over your tribe and make them evil and stuff. And he says, okay, I'll do that. Question. What would have happened if she wouldn't have been there at that point? Or what happened if he would have gone the other way? Would she have waited for somebody who could take over some tribe? Or, don't think too much about this stuff, I guess. So he comes back, and he wastes a couple of people, and with his new iron weapons, because they only have, fake stones and hokey, spears without any sharpened ends almost to fight with, so he takes over it pretty easy. But he spares their hunky meathead enemy of his, Ela. And like Thulsa Doom, this is gonna come back to bite him in the ass. Seriously, if you have some sort of enemy, then just waste him before he can be a threat to you. Now Ela wanders around, and he meets some kind of chick who has some kind of a, I would say almost a, what would you call it? She almost has this kind of hippie collective that she has, and he is accepted there. While he is there and learning about true love and stuff like that, Wood is busy slaughtering villages. 3 villages. I mean you do that in all the barbarian movies, but 3? That's a little excessive, I think. So when they're threatened by Wood and his gang, they have to team up and try to stop him. And the only thing that can stop him is basically the bow that they sort of invent, And now we have a movie or something like that. I don't know. It is not very good. With horrendously hokey acting, with some of the worst dubbings I've seen and some of the worst music I've ever heard. This movie is so bad. It kind of has a big spectrum over it, mostly because the shooting in Montana. And I must point out that I like the fact that they're not making these super crispy, sharp broadswords who look like this. They look more like sharpened baseball bats or something like that. But some of the most lame acting ever and some of the dumbest sequences I've ever seen are presented. It's kind of fun that Eli willingly slaughter his own friends because they have turned evil, and they never acknowledge it, I think. Oh, and there are some cavemen in there who are almost zombies or something like that. This is an Italian movie after all. Should you see it? No, you should not see it. But maybe for the charm and the absolutely wacky hokiness of this movie, but for no other reason. Eli's and Wood's stupid war with each other is about as interesting as watching two drunk dads on a boat trying to fight each other. It is not very interesting at all. Shame on you, movie. Shame on you. But the poster was pretty badass. You might think that I'm gonna give this movie a single-digit rating, but I actually find this movie so compellingly awful that I have to give it 12 points. I know you don't like that, and I know that you have mixed feelings about it, but hear me out for a second. When I watch this movie, even though it is so terribly bad, I can still not escape that a smile comes over my face, because it is simply so bonkersly bad that it kind of has its charm. And who doesn't love "There will be another Wood" when Wood takes his dirt nap? That is some classical dumb shit. Yeah, so we'll probably do something better next time, I hope. Well, I'll see you next time from, well, so-and-so reviewing, well, such and such. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much.